So, here it is, the latest, greatest, totally new, specialized S-Works Epic 8 cross-country mountain bike. This is an absolute king of cross-country mountain bike, and it represents the peak of cross-country mountain bikes as we have them now. So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So in this episode I will give you the brief overview of this absolutely stunning S-Works Epic 8 mountain bike, and I will also give you a bit of the buyer's guide. If we first look at the retail price of this bike, it is absolutely astonishing, and I hope you are sitting down, because the retail price is $14,500 or approximately 14,000 euros or approximately 12,000 British pounds for this stunning S-Works Epic 8 mountain bike. Of course, it is an eye-watering price, and of course people will say, well, you can buy a great motorbike for this. And I would kind of argue that this is not technically true, because this is the pinnacle of cross-country mountain bikes. So if you would go down the same route and try to buy the motorbike that's been ridden, on the professional level, it will be much more expensive than this bike, which is basically almost a replica of the cross-country mountain bike that's ridden by the top-level professionals. So $14,500. It is absolutely eye-watering, but a pinnacle of cross-country mountain bikes. When you look at the paint schemes on this bike, you have two paint schemes to choose from. One of them is this they call it astral blue with electric green paint scheme. Beautiful, stunning. And on the other hand, you have this kind of classical, I would call it metallic vivid pink with hints of gold red. Again, stunning two paint schemes on offer, and of course, for this level of the retail price, you should have at least two paint schemes to choose from. Okay, when we speak about this bike and the key question, who is this bike for? Well, in my opinion, it's very simple. You have to be racing on some kind of national level or even, international level in mountain biking, or you just want to have the latest, the greatest technology which comes with the cross-country mountain bikes. Then you can justify this price of $14,500 to go for this bike. So first thing first, let's kick off with the carbon frame on this bike. So this is the latest, greatest specialized S-Works 12M carbon fiber frame with the lifetime warranty from Specialized, and this is the highest level of the carbon fiber frame that Specialized is doing for their mountain bikes. Also, I have to mention here that, as you see, it's a full suspension mountain bike, so this rear triangle is connected with these pivot points on these two pivot points here, and it is a one-piece carbon fiber, and then it moves around these bushings on these 2 points. Also, as you can see, you will have the fork at the front and the rear shock, so a proper classical full suspension design, and all other full suspension mountain bikes are going down this same route of this single carbon fiber triangle at the back, which of course makes the servicing a bit easier because you don't have any pivot point here at the back at the rear axle. Okay, so this superb 12M carbon fiber frame, I have no complaints here. As you see, it's also internally cable routed, not specifically in this case because this is going to be a fully wireless group set, but generally this frame is ready for the internal cable routing. It also comes with the RockShox dropper seat post. It also comes with this is the in-house specialized own body geometry saddle with all the carbon bits and pieces here there, and also this handlebar at the front is a one-piece handlebar stem, carbon fiber from Specialized, from Roval in-house brand. So absolutely stunning pieces on this bike. I think we'll need to dive now more into the specifications to really see what is the secret sauce of this bike, because this is this fully electronically controlled suspension, so the fork and the shock fully electronically controlled with the sensors in the fork, in the shock, the sensors in the crankset, and also you have a fully wireless electronic group set on this mountain bike. So let's dive into the specifications, and I will kind of give some of my opinions as we go through them. As we already covered the frame set, nothing special to add here, except that also in the down tube of this frame set you have a bit of the storage, and this carbon fiber frame, of course, 12mm through axle at the back and 15mm through axle at the front, and also it is with the threaded bottom bracket. As I see, totally fine, no complaints here. Now let's talk about the suspension. So the fork is the RockShox SID Ultimate fork with the flight attendant, and also the rear shock is the RockShox SID Lux Ultimate with the flight attendant. So this flight attendant is the electronically controlled fork and the shock with the sensors in the fork, sensors in the shock, and in the power meter on the crankset. So this system can automatically adjust depending on the terrain, depending on the power you are putting down. Also it has a bit of AI machine learning systems involved, where it learns from your 7 last bike rides, and it can adjust the workings of the fork. Absolutely peak of electronically controlled RockShox forks. And I have to mention here 15mm through axle at the front, 12mm at the back, and the fork at the front has a very good 120mm of travel. So you see how now the cross-country mountain bikes are having this huge travel of 120mm. I mean, this is an absolutely stunning electronic solution from RockShox. I hope it's going to be reliable. I'm not so sure how long does the battery last, but as you can see, the peak of electronically controlled suspension on this bike. And as far as I know, it also comes, you will have a dedicated app on your phone where you can tune all the workings of this fork and this rear shock. Stunning solution, and that also gives reasoning to this high price of the total bike package. Some of the smaller pieces of cockpit, body geometry saddle with all the carbon pieces, carbon fiber Roval Control SL handlebar, one piece carbon fiber, and also, as I said, the RockShox Reverb dropper seat post in this iteration from 125mm all the way to 170mm. I see here just briefly that the handlebar is pretty wide, 760mm. Maybe somebody will need to cut it down a little bit because this is a pretty wide handlebar. As you can see, all the pieces of the cockpit are highly carbon fiber pieces, which is of course expected on this level of the bike. Braking system, here we are talking about SRAM level ultimate hydraulic disc brakes front and the back, 4 pistons front and the back, stunning braking performance and heat dissipation, and also 180mm braking rotors at the front, 160mm at the back, which is absolutely excellent. No cutting corners here on the stopping power and heat dissipation. Now also another secret sauce of this bike is the drivetrain. So here we are speaking about fully wireless SRAM XX Eagle group set. So you have one shifter pod at the front, SRAM XS pod ultimate controller, the cassette on the bike, SRAM XX Eagle huge 1052 cassette, of course a single chainring at the front, 34 tooth chaining at the front, includes a power meter also, and this is of course the SRAM XX Eagle crankset. Chain SRAM XX Eagle, also the rear mech SRAM XX Eagle, absolutely superb fully wireless group set on this cross-country mountain bike. Wheels and tires, again another secret sauce of this bike is the Roval Control SL wheels front and the back. So these are carbon fiber wheels from Specialized. They are using the DT Swiss internals for the hubs, specifically DT Swiss 180 hubs with the DT Swiss ratchet system. Also they come with the ceramic bearings, and absolutely stunning piece of carbon fiber wheel set. I believe that probably this wheel set is going to be somewhere on the total weight of maybe like 1,600-700 grams. Stunning cross-country mountain bike wheel sets, 24 of course spokes front and the back, and DT Swiss Aerolite spokes. Also the tires on this bike are from Specialized. They're fast track tire at the front with 2.35 inches wide, and at the back we also have a Specialized Renegade tire, 2.35 inches wide. this is totally fine width of the tire. I don't think you need to go any higher than 2.35, definitely enough air volume in this cross-country mountain bike tire. And also the stunning piece of this cross-country mountain bike is that the total weight is approximately 10.3 kilograms excluding pedals in some kind of size medium, which is absolutely stunning for a full suspension cross-country mountain bike. So, I mean, there's not much, you can complain about this bike. Again, considering $14,500 retail price, it is really the king of cross-country mountain bikes currently. And if you want the best of the best, the creme de la creme, with the full electronic SRAM Eagle group set, with the electronically controlled, front fork and the shock, it's just a stunning solution on the market, and that's why you are paying so much money for this. Definitely, I'm calling it the king of cross-country mountain bikes. So, this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!